What's up, guys? It's my 7th day in Paris, and I just wanted to show my rotation of chargers because I carry them around all the time. Because my phone dies within like 3 hours of leaving the hostel. I always call my hostel the house. I shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, I just wanted to show that. I'm proud of it. And right now, I just felt like kind of homeless in the situation. I'm outside and kind of at this museum that I've never heard of before. This wasn't in my itinerary, but it was on the way to the Rodin Museum, so I just thought, oh, I should go here. Oh my god. I'm now finally walking my way to the museum after hydrating myself. Again, I really like the view of me walking in stone floors. Those are just, you don't get that in Canada. And the bells were ringing. I didn't know what was going on, but it seemed important, so I have to record it. This is like the Museum of Armies. It's called Musée de Armée. So basically, I guess, museums of like soldiers and stuff. I'm sorry, my stupidity is really showing. And right now, I felt really lucky because it's really empty right now, right? And it's because the museum just opened and there was no one there. I was the first to enter, and when the exact moment when I was leaving, a bunch of people were lining up to enter. I was like, yes, I feel so lucky. I was the first to see it, and I could like view comfortably without passing by people. Yes, I'm so lucky. These compilation of me like touching guns seem very wrong, but I was just amazed at the details of the guns. They were so cunty back then. And the swords, they look like samurai swords. They were so cool. I had to touch them. It's so sad that I didn't film this horizontally, but I was doing it for the gram. I'm sorry. I was posting it for Instagram stories. And I was just amazed, like all the swords here. Wow, like to have a collection of these in your room, that would like boost my ego so much. And these, I don't know why these guns are so long. Like, how would you even hold them or like use them? That's crazy. But they were so fun to look at. I didn't know there were so many variations of guns. I didn't know I was into guns. Wow. I specifically remember the song I was playing when I posted this on my Instagram story, and it was Many Men by 50 Cent. So it's just imagine that in the background of your mind. Boom, 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 boom. Many men wish death upon me. Now right here, I was in a gift shop and I saw this very cool sword. It seemed like a real sword, and I feel like I could potentially actually use it because the point was kind of sharp. And I really wanted to buy it because it wasn't that expensive. It was like 20 euros. But I didn't end up getting it because first of all, I was broke, and second of all, it seemed like they wouldn't let me in the TSA. And now I just walked into this section of the museum that had a bunch of miniature land. I don't know what to call it, but I felt like God watching over this all mass amount of land. And so I felt so cool. I felt like God. Kanye West. Anyway, a cool 360 shot of this whole artwork. It was so nice. So intricate and kind of bare at the same time, you know. Looking back at this shot, this is so funny. I thought I was doing something, but I just wanted to make it seem like I was punching it, and that's why the hole was there. This was also cool. I had to wait in line because there was an old lady playing with this, and I wanted to play with it too. But finally, she left, and I could touch the screen and like interact with it. But basically, whenever you touch a new instrument, it plays a sample of it, and it was super cool. Like going through all the options, and it plays a unique melody, and I love it. Now I'm just gonna speed run me going through all the instruments because I took way too long. And honestly, there was a woman behind me trying to interact with it too. But I was just kind of spending way too long here interacting with all of the instruments because I wanted to hear all of the melodies. But anyway, I just wanted to include it in the video just as proof that I was interacting with it. At this point, I think I've interacted with all of the museum stuff that was happening inside, and I was finally outside looking at all of the exterior building, right? And right now, while walking, I felt like so high royalty and like important person back in the day. And I kind of felt like Cersei from Game of Thrones. That's how powerful I felt. Like, I'm looking down at all of you small people. Like, I'm so powerful. Yes, this is like the center of the building. And I just put down my tote bag, but that isn't my tote bag. That's my Hermes bag. And oh my god, the view and how I'm looking down at everything, and everything feels so small below me. Now, while I'm going down my stairs, this is editing me here, not me in the stairs, but I'm just realizing that in Google Maps, I saw that Napoleon's tomb was right next to this building. So I could have gone there and could have saw Napoleon's tomb, but I didn't because I didn't plan ahead. This wasn't in my itinerary. I didn't know what was near. So I kind of feel ashamed that I didn't watch that. I didn't have the opportunity to go. That's why you guys should always plan ahead. Well, anyway, I saw a cool tank here. Cool. Now, this is me inside Musée de Rodin after the Musée de l'Army. I'm sorry I'm jumping ahead. I didn't film everything that I was doing, but I just saw these little ducks and kind of felt like I was in a cold war between the ducks. So basically, the male duck was like, I'll protect you. I'm going first in this journey. And the female duck is like, babe, I don't like this creature in front of me, which is me. And the male duck is like, I got this, girl. I'll protect you. I got you. I was just playing that scenario in my head. It was so funny. See, I'm zooming in and we were having this eye contact moment. He is like on me and the female duck is like, babe, are you sure this is safe? And the guy is like, I'm not sure, babe, but I got you. Whatever happens, I'll protect you no matter what. And I'm just standing there. No, girl, I will not harm you. I love it. Now I'm finally inside Musée de Rodin, and this was the first and only time that I had an audio guide while going inside a museum or like a place, like a famous place. And I feel like that was the best decision I've ever did, because at first I was just walking around and I finished the tour in like, I would say like 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, I saw every room and I saw every sculpture, but with the audio guide, I could spend like at least 5 minutes in each room and admire like what the backstory is for each piece of art. And that was so fascinating, like hearing how this work came to be and what its history was. That was so interesting. I feel like I should have gotten an audio guide for everything I've done so far. But I guess I learned my lesson here. Like, go get an audio guide if you can. Now, if I'm being totally honest, even though I'm looking back at this footage, I don't really remember what the audio guide was saying about these works. Or, you know what? I don't think audio guides covered these works, so I'm good. Anyway, I only remember like Gates of Hell and The Thinking Man. I don't know if it's called The Thinking Man, but you know, the famous sculpture. Never mind, it's called The Thinker. And now I'm outside because I'm running out of time. I have to go to the opera because I have a reservation there at 4:30. And before that happens, I have to go eat. Now, when I was in the restaurant, I was kind of stressed because it was already 4 and the tour was happening at 4:30, right? And the thing told me to be there before the tour happened in 30 minutes. So I literally had no time to eat, so I thought, oh, maybe I should order takeout. But where am I gonna eat the takeout? Like inside the opera? I don't think they're gonna accept food there. So I was super stressed, but then I checked the ticket again, and oh my god, I'm such a genius. I wrote down in my Google Doc and my planner 30 minutes ahead, knowing that I'll like not plan ahead and like be late. So I was good. I had 30 minutes to eat the sushi. So that was a relief. This is me just taking a bunch of videos of the opera because it was so beautiful. Everything was so intricate. Wow, like Paris buildings are next level. Every inch, every corner, like there's sculptures everywhere. They mean business. Now, I was part of a tour guide and this guy was explaining all the stuff. And honestly, I was a bad tour like engaging person. I wasn't really paying attention to what he was saying. I was just looking at the cool ceilings and stuff. Oh my god, this was the best building ever. I'm saying that to every building I see, but look at this building. I think this is better than Versailles. Like, oh my god, those ceilings, the art, the everything. This room reminded me of the movie Anastasia and that one scene where ghosts appear from the ceilings and like the walls and like they all dance and like Once Upon a Time in December starts playing. I'll sing it for you.
The beginning.
Long ago, far away, glowing dim as the day. That was my favorite song as a kid. Oh my god, I don't remember the lyrics. That's horrible. In the tour group, I was the youngest person there, so I was the only one taking a bunch of selfies. And the rest were just kind of middle-aged people. And right here, we went inside the theater, I guess, the opera. I get the main opera space. It was so gorgeous. Like, look at these royal seats. They're not even those like sit-up chairs where the seats go up and you like stand up. They are like right there. Wow, like imagine paying for tickets and like seeing a show here. I would feel so good. Wow, I'm just like amazed that I could see this in under, I think it was 20 euros for the tickets. But like seeing a show here would cost like more, way more. Now I finally managed to get a clip where the tour guide person was speaking, so I'm just gonna shut up and let him explain this thing.
Okay, she sat inside the box number 5. The phantoms, you will enter in a few seconds, no problem. The phantom stared the director of the opera house straight into his eyes, and he said suddenly, "Listen to the divine Carlotta's voice on stage." I mean, of course, we must imagine. "Look at the beautiful chandelier. It is going to collapse over the head of the public at the very moment when Dr. Faust's soul goes to hell forever and ever." So you see the readers of that bestseller, The Phantom of the Opera, some subscribers of this beautiful auditorium, were so scared to meet the Phantom of the Opera that they refused to book that box number 5. And the door here leads to the Emperor's box, Napoleon III, but now you know the story. He never came here. So now you understand why the architect was so disappointed about the situation. Okay? Have a look. The Phantom of the Opera's box, please.
Honestly, I don't know how you guys did listening to that, but I was zoning out the whole time. The only thing I remember is that it's related to the Phantom of the Opera. Anyway, we went in. I was the first to go in because I didn't want to wait in line. Like, I don't want to be behind anyway. So the view was awesome. Awesome. Wow. Like, oh my god. The tour took around 45 minutes. And the thing is, I booked another ticket to go to the catacombs right after this, but the timing didn't work out. So I kind of wasted 25 euros on tickets because I couldn't go. This was towards the end of the tour and we were going through these halls and it was so amazing. The floors and every direction I went, it was so beautiful and intricate. And as you can see, whenever we're in a group setting and a tour guide is like touring, I'm standing right next to the tour guide because I didn't want to miss anything, even though I'm not paying attention. I just like follow him around all the time. Now the tour ended and we had a little bit of free time to explore on ourselves before the opera closed. I think it's called Opera Garnier. I'm sorry, I don't know the pronunciation. It's called the Opera. You should know if it's called the Opera. It's where the Phantom of the Opera was kind of inspired. And yeah, I was just taking this free time for myself and touring as if I owned the place, you know? In my mind, I'm like going, I can't wait to take so many photos here. After I left the opera, the rooftop view, Gallery Lafayette, I'm sorry, like I'm butchering pronunciation left and right, but I went up there again because it was right next to the opera. I could just go up there and see the Eiffel Tower again because I only have like a few days left here. But the clouds messed everything up. But I was lucky because this wasn't my first view of the Eiffel Tower in Gallery Lafayette. I saw it on Friday too. But this time I got the sparkles right. I was holding the phone at exactly 8:59 and I could see the sparkles happen exactly at 9. I was calculating in my mind. Anyway, the sparkles were beautiful as usual. If only I were God and could remove the clouds, I would. Since I went off the rooftop, I just had to come back here again and see this part of the Gallery Lafayette again because this part is so amazing. Now I'm heading back to the hostel and I'm just recording this to show how aggressive the subway doors are. They just like they bounce. That's how hard they close. And when you exit, I didn't know this in the first time, but you have to like lift something, lift a handle to open it manually. So not every subway door is open. So yeah, that's the end of my day. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the catacombs, so maybe I'm gonna have to buy tickets sometime later for another day. I only have like 2 days left here, like one more day. Anyway, I don't know why I took this footage. It's so long. It's just me walking towards my hostel. I guess I just wanted to show the Paris night view of the streets, you know? Well, this is the last footage I have of the day, so thanks for watching once again, and hope you enjoyed the video. It's gonna end soon, so bye.